Hello guys and welcome to my channel Blissfully Single Bean. I am your homegirl Bean, aka Sabine, aka Beanie Pie, aka Beans for Easy. And yes, I'm your blissfully single one. I'm reviewing The Housewives of Atlanta. It's been on hiatus for the last couple of weeks, but it is back, honey. Gone for a minute, but we back with the jump off. Before I dive in, however, I just want to say I have been MIA for the past couple of weeks, and shout out to everyone who hit me up talking about, Bean, when are you coming back? You guys show me so much love and I appreciate it. But child, after I found out about what happened to Kobe, all right, let me rewind a little bit. Couple of, was it last Saturday? Or a couple of Saturdays ago, I put up a video for Family or Fiance. And after that, I put a video together. I didn't put it up for the Rock Nation brunch. Just talking about the looks, talking about how much I love Beyonce and Jay and what they mean to me, you know, as African Americans who are really doing this shit out here, you know? And I put the Rock Nation pre-Grammy brunch video together, and I was editing it. Then I put it aside because I wanted to rest a little bit. So I got into bed, just really enjoying my day. And then I popped up on Instagram, and as I was going through Instagram, Nikki Nicole is on Black Ink Crew Chicago, beautiful girl. And she posted on Instagram, she said, it was a picture of Kobe and his daughters, and she said, damn, this can't be real. Rest in peace, Kobe. Like, what the hell does she mean, rest in peace? Like, I said, is she trying to say Kobe's dead? I said, girl, bye. I couldn't wrap my mind around the post that she had put up. So the first thing I did is I called my friend, my guy friend who knows everything about basketball, who loves basketball. So, hello? And then his voice was, hello? And the way that he answered the phone, I knew something was wrong. And I said, is everything okay? He said, no. I said, what happened? He said, Kobe's dead. I said, no. No. Yeah, man. It was a helicopter crash. Man. I started crying, and I'm like, I don't know Kobe. Kobe ain't no kin to me. Like, it's not even 6 degrees of separation up in this bitch, like 25 degrees of separation. And I just cried because I'm thinking, I can't imagine a universe with Kobe's just one of those people that's always been there. He's just a superhero. It's just, and I'm not even a basketball fan like that, but just Kobe was my age when he passed. And it's, man, he was just always supposed to be here. Always. So, anyway, I got the news. I was on CNN all day. My sons, like, saw me crying like I was mourning a family member. Me and my cousin were doing this, cleansing thing. So it was going on 4 weeks, and I hadn't had to drink wine, Hennessy, nothing, like hard seltzer, like nothing. And I texted my cousin, I said, yo, Tamik's, Kobe's dead. She said, this fast is over. Take one to the head. Girl, I had to go get a bottle of Hen just to kind of deal with this and process the fact that he's not here anymore. It's crazy. So these videos, I had to put a halt on these videos because I kind of had to understand life. I had to kind of understand mortality. I kind of had to understand that every single day that we live and we wake up, it's grace and it's a blessing from God. It is. And don't take it for granted when you go to work and you come back home to your children, to your husband, to your wife, to your damn dogs, to your fish. It's real. So anyway, I still all that to say, I was kind of like MIA for a minute, but now I'm back. I am back, and let's talk about it. This review is not going to be very long, simply because there wasn't really much. Like, Real Housewives hasn't been on for the past couple of episodes. The first one was Super Bowl, and I forgot the second week why I was off. But so it's been a couple of weeks. But now we're back on, and it was like, they're not gonna hit you with the pow pow pow. They're gonna give you a little bit of a filler episode. So this is gonna be a real quick review. Cynthia and Eva, pretty chicks, get together to have brunch, and they talk about this whole Kenya and Tanya forced as beef or situation. Okay, Cynthia feels that Tanya and Kenya really do like each other, but they kind of started off on the wrong foot with this whole wig gate, and Kenya coming crazy at Tanya. I mean, Kenya being Kenya, like being messy about Tanya's boyfriend or fiance. And why do people keep referring to Tanya's boyfriend? That's not her husband. Yeah, no. And I was just having this conversation with a cousin of mine, like, in my family, we don't do long engagements. Like, you date, my family, we date for a long time, date for years. But when you finally get engaged, within a year, you guys are married. So this whole Tanya dynamic where, she's saying it's her husband and they've been engaged for several years. All of that stuff I don't understand. But anyway, Cynthia and Eva are talking about it. And I have to say, I'm not going to have another child on God's planet. But I will say, watching Eva and her maternity fashions, don't they make you just want to get pregnant just to look cute in your maternity wear? Eva, you are doing it. Eva, you are doing it with the maternity fashions. But anyway, they're talking. They want to get the two ladies together. But unbeknownst to me, this is the scene where they're getting the two ladies together, as in Kenya and Tanya. So Tanya walks in, ray of sunshine. And I have to say, Tanya's fashions are everything in my life. She came in with a Gucci dress, all red, and the Gucci bow. And I have to say, with Tanya, the beauty or the science of her fashions is that she's very understated. She's understated. She's not over the top with their hairstyle or what she wears. But the pieces that she does wear, as simple as they are, the impact is everything. Seeing Tanya in that sea of red and that Gucci bow, girl, she was doing it. Kenya walks in afterwards. Kenya, as much as I like Kenya's fashions, this scene wasn't doing it for me. The dress kind of looked like she got it from Rainbow, like with the cutout and the print. No, not doing it for me. But everyone's like, oh, hey, Kenya. Oh, hey. And everyone's talking about how nice Kenya looks. And Kenya says, yeah, she likes to look extra pretty when she's ready to read a bitch. I said, oh, Kenya, we starting already with this? Girl. Okay. Tanya dives right into it. Tanya's like, okay, I see that you came, and then you mentioned that you look extra pretty because you're going to read a bitch. I know you're not going to read Eva, and I know you're not going to read Cynthia, so I guess you're going to read me. Yes, Tanya, I guess she's fixing to read you. Kenya just dives right in. Kenya says, I have $1 million company. Girl, $1 million. Where do these numbers come from? Are these numbers a matter of public record? But anyway, I'm trying to get me some Temple Bomb. So let me shut up about Kenya's company and the valuation thereof. So Kenya says, I'm a businesswoman. I have this $1 million company. And my company hinges on the fact that I have this beautiful hair, and if one day I want to throw on a wig as a protective style, for you to come at me and dangle my wig, in front of everybody, it's really hurting my business. And Tanya brings up a very good point. All right, sis, that is all well and good, but you walked up into Marlo's whole event with your edge cream and conditioners and everything. You were threatening this woman's business. And Kenya, who never really owns anything, though I really do like Kenya. She doesn't own anything. She's like, no, don't talk to me about Marlo's event. We have to talk to you about Marlo's event because you have to understand what it means to be credible and what consistency means. It would be credible if your take on everything that Tanya did to you would be credible if you weren't a messy chick going around ruining other people's businesses. But no, you can't say that. Tanya clocked you on that. You can't really speak to the point of Tanya coming for you in your business when you came from Marlo like that. You were coming from Marlo's pockets like that. So on that, Tanya, I 100% agree. But then again, Kenya has a really strong personality. So while the two were going back and forth, Eva was like, Tanya was ill-equipped to come for everything, everything that Kenya was serving. And while Tanya did have a good point, I had to agree with Eva. Kenya's another kind of evil, and I feel like Tanya's just too nice to go toe-to-toe with Kenya. And when the cookie lady walked in, I said, yes. Before I even finished that thought, I said, the cookie lady. Kenya's the type of person, when she's coming for you, she's going to try to hurt every feeling that you can possibly have. So here comes the cookie lady walking in with her desserts, and Kenya said in confessional, Tanya sent for me, so she sent for the cookie lady. All right, girl. So cookie lady walked all the way in. Cynthia is upset, and Cynthia has a good reason to be upset, because even before we get to the cookie lady walking in, Kenya tries to throw Cynthia into the mix, because Cynthia apparently invited the cookie lady to a get-together where all of the women would be. And Kenya's argument was that Cynthia invited the cookie lady so that the cookie lady could spill all the tea about Tanya's boyfriend and how Tanya's boyfriend was trying to push up on her. So Cynthia was upset at that. And plus, Cynthia didn't like the fact that Kenya invited the cookie lady to this whole brunch thing, when the whole point of the brunch was for Kenya and Tanya to get everything together. So here comes the cookie lady with her treats and her desserts and everything. And the cookie lady sits down to explain everything. And then what the cookie lady explains is that Tanya's boyfriend slash husband slash fiance, child, I don't know. But whoever Tanya is dealing with, that guy followed the cookie lady to the bathroom, and then Tanya interjects and says, isn't it a unisex bathroom? And the cookie lady was like, yeah. And Tanya was like, you see? I'm like, Tanya, what point are you proving? Tanya, I don't get it. Cookie lady starts keeps explaining that, what's Tanya's husband's boyfriend slash fiance's name is? Is it Paul? Whatever. He was trying to talk to her, and he mentioned that he wasn't seeing anybody, and I guess they were trying to get to know each other, the cookie lady and Tanya's boyfriend. And the cookie lady admitted that mid-conversation, they kind of realized maybe they were initially attracted to each other at first, but it kind of fizzled out because they didn't see anything there. And Tanya doesn't believe any of this. In fact, Tanya's like, wait, that's it? That's the story? I mean, Tanya is not convinced that her boyfriend was doing any harm. And yes, I feel like the cookie lady was trying to hype up the conversation to make it seem like Tanya's man was doing a lot more than he maybe did. So I can understand where Tanya was called bullshit on that. But at the same time, if I'm engaged to someone, if he's my fiance and he's talking to another young lady, and he leads the he says to the young lady that he's not dating anybody, that's a serious issue for me. It speaks to character issues. Now, Cookie Lady seems like she's trying to get on. As civil as Tanya was trying to be, Cookie Lady was like, well, don't get upset. Don't get in your feelings. Don't be mad because he saw me who's gorgeous. Hold on. Rewind. Cookie Lady, I'm gonna need you to reel it all the way back. Y'all gonna stop running with this narrative that just because a sister is light-skinned with long hair makes her automatically beautiful. But let me pump your brakes right here, Cookie Lady. You are all right. And I say this from the bottom of Bean's heart. You are all right. If I saw Cookie Lady walking on the sidewalk in Atlanta, I'd look at her as all right, the next chick. From what I saw on this episode, you are all right. Girl, I would not call you gorgeous. And for as much as Kenya was trying to hurt Tanya's feeling, calling Cookie Lady beautiful, Beautiful. Kenya, you dust Cookie Lady 8, 9, 10, 11 times over. So y'all gonna stop running with that narrative about Cookie Lady being gorgeous, because I don't see it. But anyway, Tanya calls bullshit. Tanya doesn't believe it. By the end of the conversation, Cookie Lady's giving out all her good treats to everybody. They are enjoying it. They're sopping it up. Um. Even her confessional says, Cookie Lady, I don't like you. You are messy. You're spilling tea that does not need to be spilt. But the cookies are good. So obviously, Cookie Lady got some good cookies. And while everybody's munching, while all the ladies are having cookies, Tanya is not amused by any means. And I understand Tanya. But Tanya, you do need to have a conversation with the boyfriend, because it's looking suspect. But I feel like Tanya's boyfriend is probably like all the rest of these guys. They're trying to push to see how far they can get. Tanya, I don't think you should break up with the guy, but definitely a conversation you need to have. Portia and Dennis see Dr. Sherry. Dr. Sherry wants to know how everything is going. Portia's not in a good space. Portia says ever since Dennis gave her the ring back, the ring is actually very gaudy. It's very big and chunky. And a broke sister like me cannot talk because I've never had an engagement ring. But should I ever have an engagement ring? Future fiance, I don't want that big gaudy shit. It looks like a stone. It looks like a glass stone. No, thank you. But Portia is not feeling good. Portia has a mental block ever since Dennis got engaged to her. And I don't give Portia enough credit for being a thinker, because I was thinking that episode where Dennis proposed to her, I'm like, okay, you're gonna get re-engaged, but you're not gonna think of all the other stuff that you guys been through. And she was thinking about that. Her block is that, great, we're engaged again, but there's still that trust issue. You know, she hasn't forgotten about the fact that Dennis was with someone else while she was pregnant. The fact that you were sharing your body with somebody else. And that's what you guys don't understand. When you guys say, oh, you know, it was just sex, she didn't mean anything to me. For a woman, it's so much more complex. It's the fact that I've had the best of you, like intimacy, the best of you, and you just shared that with somebody else? Like, are you serious? Dennis doesn't understand that. Dennis says, well, Portia got some things to work on too, because I'm not a mind reader. Oh my God. You don't have to be a mind reader to understand that your wife doesn't want you to have sex with other women while she's pregnant. I don't like Dennis. I don't like Dennis and his beady eyes. I don't like Dennis and his chipmunk teeth. I don't like anything about Dennis. Portia says, this is affecting intimacy. So now she's got to deal with learning how to trust him again. And the fact that she doesn't want to be intimate with him, it adds another layer of having to trust him to say, all right, I'm not feeling this guy right now. I don't want to have sex with him right now. The fact that I don't want to have sex with him right now, is that going to cause him to run into someone else's arms? Again. All right, Cynthia and Mike Hill have a get-together. And apparently Mike has all these pretty-ass female friends. Apparently, Mike is not a guy's guy. Apparently, Mike is a girl's guy. And he invites all these girls to come over, and they're kikiing, and they're having good conversation. And something struck me, because Mike's daughter was there. Mike's daughter's there at an adult get-together with all of your female friends. And even Cynthia said, apparently, I didn't even question the fact that he had all these female friends, one. But number two, he dated a few of them. So they have a conversation, and they're talking, and Mike Hill goes into his past and his infidelities, and the daughter's there, and it doesn't sit right with the daughter's spirit. Daughter goes upstairs. She's kind of upset. And Mike and Cynthia take the opportunity to go upstairs to speak to her. And I'm glad that they did, because they realized there was a moment of discomfort for her and they wanted to talk through it. They go upstairs and Mike is talking to her. And Mike said, I was discussing my past. What can I do to make you feel better about what you just heard? And she started crying. She said nothing. And then Mike and Cynthia left the room. And I can't be too judgmental with Mike because I find myself in a space where I discuss my kid's father and not so glowing terms, and I got to pull it all the way back. So this scene is a reminder. As parents, we go through what we go through with our exes, but there's certain things that our kids just shouldn't hear. It doesn't feel good in their spirit. It leads up to a whole bunch of questions that kids really shouldn't ask. And that scene just being, you gotta do better. Mike, you definitely do have to do better. And Cynthia, ugh. Because in the confessional, Cynthia did admit that she met Mike at a good time in his life at this moment. Because if she met Mike a couple of years ago, Mike was play on. So Mike would have been a different person. But even Cynthia admitted Mike has cheated on his wives. And she said, what makes me different? So there was a moment of doubt there, and there was a moment of, maybe I should think about things. Mark in Kenya. Mark Daly has an event for black men, something. And I guess it's a charity group that he's working with. So Mark and Kenya go and see Cynthia, because Cynthia has an event space. So they go scope out the event space, and they're talking about it. Rewind, they're not talking about it. Mark is going 75 miles per hour. We should do this. We should do this. Hold on. Wait. We should do this. And Kenya can't even get a word in. Kenya tries to interject. And Mark is like, wait, hold on. I got to work through my process. And I don't have too much to say about this scene except Mark sounds like such an asshole. Like, Mark wasn't getting any feedback from his wife. It just didn't seem like a team effort to me. And for Kenya to be so, I'm going to say, Kenya can be so vicious. Kenya is competitive. Kenya has such a strong personality. To see her like cower to Mark, it leaves me a couple of questions. As wives, should wives do that? If you have a strong personality, you submit to your husband? I mean, I guess you should, but the fact that there's no reciprocity, like Kenya should shut up while he works through everything. I don't know. It's not sitting well with me. Candy and Todd are discussing Riley, and they're discussing Candy's mom who took out a life insurance policy, and Riley's the beneficiary, and Candy's mom felt like she needed to have Riley as a beneficiary so that, Riley could have something once she passes. Todd was kind of in his feelings and said, well, that's my job. I'm supposed to, take care of the family when I pass. And Candy explains that there was some progress with her mom and Todd, but now everything reverted. And I'm thinking, all right, Todd, I think you need to focus more on your natural born daughter and the relationship that you have with her. It just kind of seemed like the scene was awkward, and it seems like they kind of threw it in there. I actually didn't care. Riley is very well taken care of. Whether it's the grandmother taking out the insurance policy, Riley's mama is Candy Burris. I feel like, Todd, you have a daughter too. And yeah, so that's it. That was really it. Did I miss anything? If I did, it really wasn't, Definitely a filler episode. Nene wasn't on it, and trust me, I did not miss it. But I will say it wasn't that much action going on. So, hope you enjoyed my video. Please forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I actually do resumes, so please hit me up. I'll have my information in the description box. Please, guys, understand. You need a resume. Like, things are changing, and you have to make sure that you're armed when there's an opportunity that you'll be able to go for it. So that is it. I'm wishing you guys a blessed Sunday evening, and you guys have a fabulous week. I will catch you in the next one.